You want to feel the fish's strength in your hand as you're holding it, putting up a fight. That's a sign of a healthy animal. Isn't that a beautiful sight? This is the mud pond where I have my high quality babies that I want to grow out more, and most likely a lot of them I want to add back into my breeding program. I've been struggling with this mud pond because it was just too chocolatey brown. If there's too much floating debris, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, it can negatively impact the fish's growth. I prepared another mud pond for them, gonna get them out of here, and then I'm gonna have the painstaking, back-breaking, elbow agony-inducing pain of getting all this mud out. This is a baby that I'm very glad is doing very well. Beautiful hump. I'm quite impressed actually, because I raised it in shallower water. And according to the Japanese, deeper water helps encourage that back to grow. And it is a little girl, just had to double check. A lot of potential in that fish. This is a baby Ryukin from my Indonesian bloodline. Now I have a lot of complaints with the Indonesian bloodline. I have gotten some good fish out of them by hybridizing them with the fish that I have, but as is, I've got some complaints. Could be a pure Indonesian, could not be. I don't remember breeding Indonesian to Indonesian. I really should start keeping better records. Her belly is very big. It's almost to the point where it's unsightly. Also very soft. Could be she is experiencing premature egg development. Bothers me a little bit because her body is putting energy into producing eggs instead of having her mature and grow properly. Let's take a look at our harvest. At least our halfway point harvest. So that's part of my moor line, but I am noticing that they are struggling to go black. A lot of them are not darkening the way they should. So that is something that I'm going to have to work on in this line. You can see this one darkens a bit more. Head's a little bit wonky. I don't like Ryukin's head to bend down like that. I want it to be a perfect triangle. Body-wise, this is a very nice fish. Holy moly, look at that musculature. Very good back, tiny tail. This is what I want in my Ryukin line. So that's why he's a keeper. Here's that fat female again. I want to see how she continues to develop. Now that's a beauty. Very excited to see how she continues to develop. That is definitely a future breeder. This is nothing special. Of course, the eye, you can see, is too dark, so it's not a show quality fish. And I want to see how she continues to grow. Believe it's a female. Actually, could be a little boy. Yeah, it's a little boy, actually. It's a little boy. My goodness. If I'm very lucky, he's going to retain the black on the head, but I would not bet on it. Beautiful animal. That's why I'm keeping her. Little Oranda that I bred still needs to develop a lot more. This is a special fish. Look at how beautiful he is. It's a confirmed male. I sexed him when he was a little bit younger. He's one of the few goldfish that I've named is Tenshi. Look at that. He's got a little halo on top of his head. And Tenshi is angel in Japanese. Maybe even incorporate him in my breeding program. Her tail leaves much to be desired, but that is something that could be fixed in the offspring if you breed a proper male to her. This is going to be a very interesting black moor. Well, quote-unquote black moor. Obviously, the color is not correct. I am 99.999% certain this fish is not going to go black. There is a possibility it could go gray, which would be interesting, a gray-black moor. Normally, if you were to breed black moors and you have a fish that is this size and it is not, there's no indication of going dark, that would normally be a cull. I think I'm going to call it a day for now. My back is killing me. Water's also very murky, so it's going to become increasingly difficult not to hurt fish by accident. Today's the second day of catching these babies out and moving them from the old mud pond. Mostly done. There's still here and there a fish that's swimming around there. I have to wait for the sediment to settle down a bit more so where I can see them. I've got a mixed batch of fish growing up in that mud pond, and I specifically selected out these commons because they have some very nice qualities to them. Yes, this is a common goldfish, something that I'm trying to breed. And thus far, it's retaining the black very well. Might keep the black, might not keep the black. Almost looks like a little koi. Nice thick peduncle from the side. This is another interesting common. Very good body, which is why I'm keeping this fish. Very good skin quality. In all likelihood, this fish will go darker orange, but I am trying to propagate this very mild orange coloration. Here's another interesting one. Not so much body-wise. The head's a little bit deformed. That's not what a good head is supposed to look like, but this is such a young fish. If I were to raise it in very clean water, the head might just recover, provided the head is not a genetic deformity. If the head is malformed because of a lack of water quality, then that's still fixable. It's still a young fish. If I were to grow it up in very good water, there's a chance I could still save it. As far as a looks perspective goes, but what is amazing to me about this fish, very light fish. The head isn't yellowing, which is a very good indication to me. Here is one of my nymphs. Look at how much more of a yellowish tinge this fish has. It's not quite as pure white as the common I just showed. This is a goldfish from the Ryukin line. I believe to be from the Ryukin line, but it's got a single tail. So it's off standard, but people still like them, so I don't cull them. I just sell them off on the cheap.